For sure. Can we maybe give it a name that's less...
A different name?
Yeah, because you screaming the words tit job every 2.5 seconds
Upsetting.
is not only upsetting for me, but I can imagine how upsetting it would
The
be
listener.
for anyone who's like an AirPod accidentally popped out at the gym and then it starts playing over the speaker and you've got David screaming tit job, tit job, tit job. So, you seen the new Hunger Games movie? A Song of Birds and Boys and Snakes?
I haven't watched it, but I read the book it's based on.
You can just say no. You can just say no.
Sorry. No, I haven't. I feel like I'm being attacked today. And you know what? For the first time in this entire show's history, it's warranted. The energy I'm giving right now is fucking bizarre.
Yeah, it is. Do you want to
weird, right?
Yeah, do you want to unpack that? What do you think happened there? You sort of like got roasty toasty in the sun. And then you obviously went home and got roasty toasty, and then you got fucking roasty toasty on the bevs. And then
I think I started the day too warm, spent the day too warm, got home too hot on the juice, on the sauce, and now here I am. And I think I'm drained of the hot sauce, James. I think the sauce has flown out of me. And I don't know what's left, and it's confusing and scary to me.
Yeah.
And I'm as confused and alarmed as you are.
Well, I'd like to spend as little time as possible thinking about where and how your sauce got ejected from your body. So maybe we'll just sort of jump into another sauce-related question, which is...
It's a faucet on my back.
Okay, I'm not gonna... Hey, my mother-in-law hates me and makes no bones about it when she and I are alone. My husband doesn't believe me and even gloats about that. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Your husband doesn't believe you and the mother-in-law gloats about... So she's sitting there when no one's around. She's like, fuck you. Hey,
piece of shit, Mark. Fuck you. And then the wife comes in and they're like, oh my God, Mark, it's so great to see you. And then the second she leaves and he's like, man, your mom really hates me. She's like, yeah, see? I got you. Bizarre. Okay.
We have to attend family functions at her home once a month. It used to be more frequent, but after I put my foot down, my husband agreed that monthly would be sufficient.
Once a month's still a lot, I feel.
Yeah, it is quite a lot, isn't it?
Yeah.
Every 4 weeks, you're like going around there to chop
how
about.
Often this isn't, but like how often are you visiting folks and stuff? Like, I don't know. For me, it's like maybe every 2 months, something like that. If that.
I think my parents and I do breakfast probably once a month and a half, maybe. But that's like that's like an hour and a half, 2 hours.
And that's cash. That's not like we attend a family function. Like that's very different. You know what I mean?
It's not come into my home and stay a while. It's the parking runs out in 2 hours. Shut the fuck up, James, as everyone's running, to get to their vehicles to get out so they don't have to pay for parking.
That felt very close to home. That happens?
I don't think so. I feel like after 2 hours, the breakfast combo is sort of like, it has a natural sort of curve to it.
There's an ebb and flow for sure.
Yeah.
At a certain point, you're then just making stuff up to talk about with your parents. Because there's only so much you can have in common, surely. And there's only so much of my mom's work drama that I'm like...
Yeah.
That sticks to the windshield.
And
like after a while...
Yeah. There's only so many... political issues my dad and I can disagree on. You know what I mean?
Disagree on?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, for sure.
The problem is that after each visit, I wind up with a bad case of diarrhea. My husband does not. I don't know if any of the other in-laws are affected.
What?
Because if I asked, it would get back to her. I suspect that my mother-in-law is putting something in my food or drinks. Last time I barely made it home before being struck down. Now I'm considering getting some adult undergarments to make sure I don't ruin the car's upholstery on the ride home from her place. Do you have any other advice? And that's from Running for the Hills. I don't know if step one solution is, look, let's face it.
It's diapers.
I'm going to shit and or piss myself. The solution here is diapers.
That escalated so quickly. From like... She kind of talks shit to me personally, but in front of my partner, it's all copacetic. To like, Yeah, and then the other day I was thinking about, do I just buy bulk adult diapers on Amazon so I got them anytime we go around once a month? What are you
Yeah.
talking about?
It went from my mother my mother-in-law whispers "F you" to me when no one else is in the room, which is kind of funny. Anyway,
Fuck you, Clara.
she poisons me and I shit myself.
Shit yourself, Clara.
Yeah, what if she's making reference to that, sort of like, hope you enjoy those deviled eggs later.
Hope you like that new leather interior, Clara.
Oh, I mean, if you've got a leather interior,
Jeep Wrangler 2024 model with the V8 and the fold down.
damn, gas
seats.
guzzler. Well,
It's hybrid though.
a hybrid V8.
Currently very affordable.
Yeah. You know what?
Buy at Jeep.com.
I actually don't know how much I care to help these people now that I've found out that they drive a V8 and purchase the 2024 model. I think mother-in-law should double down, make them shit and piss. Make sure they shit themselves on their way home.
We've never suggested that, by the way, as a piece of advice, to my knowledge. Make someone piss and shit. We've never pitched that as an idea.
No. We've told tales of humans shitting and pissing snakes, shitting and pissing on humans, like.
Okay, you're just talking about me now.
What's that?
It doesn't matter. Just childhood trauma. I just think, why is this your? Because James, I'm trying to imagine in my head if this question asker is the victim of our advice previously, how would we feel about it? I think pretty strongly, pretty positive. Like, this is working. Their first port of call is diaper. Like, they're not trying to solve the problem. They're trying to mitigate the symptoms. Do you know what I'm saying?
Well, that's how you know that they've never listened to the advisory before, because their first port of call was, how should I sort of manage this in and of myself? Not because, I mean, if they were a long time listener, first time advice seeker, they would have said, obviously my first move was I switched the plates at dinner. I created a distraction and I switched the plates.
And the drinks.
Yeah, to find out. And now the mother-in-law shouldn't have pissed, so we got her.
Ooh, but are we risking the Princess Bride scenario where he knows that you've switched the drinks and the plates, so he switches them back? Do you know what I'm like? Because that's tricky, isn't it? Yeah.
And it's like,
what if she's a wily one?
And it's like, I could just not eat any of them, but like, I'm not going to do that. I'll come all the way to my mother-in-law's house. Gonna eat some of that quiche. That's not worth it.
I can't.
That's not worth it. Don't make yourself shit and piss for quiche.
Do you just have to sort of invent like a dietary restriction that means you can never eat there? You're going to be hungry for at least one night a month. I'll be honest with you. But that's a small price to pay versus, again, shitting and pissing yourself in. Like, to the extent that you're concerned about the car ride home, that you're thinking about diapers. Like, I feel on a scale of badness, wearing a diaper so that you piss and shit in your diaper in your own car versus going a bit hungry and stopping at the Macca's drive-thru. I think one of them is less bad.
Yeah, because I feel like you can't say to your husband, hey, I'm not going to eat anything and I'll just get, something through the drive-thru on the way home. Because then he's going to say, look, dude, this guy already doesn't believe me that she's whispering fuck you to me when no one's in the room. Of course he's not going to believe the fact that his mum is poisoning me, and that's why I've pissed and shit all over our 2024 V8 hybrid leather interior Jeep Wrangler,
On special currently, you can get 20% financing, 18-month interest-free.
Now, great time to purchase a vehicle as well.
It's the best time to purchase a vehicle with Jeep Wrangler. Now,
do it.
You've hit on something, James. I can't legally say that. James, you've hit on something which I think is really important in this equation, which is I did a classic single DMAC maneuver and forgot there was another person involved. I forgot the husband in the equation entirely.
Yeah.
Now, could we trick him somehow to solve this for us? We don't often use the spouse, but it's a tool in our utility belt that we rarely bring to bear, right?
Okay.
And so what I'm thinking is, okay, so he doesn't believe us that Mum's all negative Nelly, right? Doesn't like us. I'm pissing shit and want to go to her place. I think first principles, when the mom isn't looking, swap your meal and drink with your husband.
Mm,
If he's pissing and shitting, theory confirmed,
yeah,
right? That's step one of my master plan, right?
love
Because
it.
if you can confirm it, you have an ally in the war effort against the mother-in-law. And you know, James, in this kind of scenario, you're gonna need those kind of numbers. Next time you go to a family dinner, you chat up, his auntie or whatever. Tell her the same story. You swap plates with her. She's pissing and shitting. That's ally number 2. And over time, and there will be pissing and shitting casualties.
Yes.
You can sort of Game of Thrones like turn everyone against her.
I love that, but I will give you the retort that the mother-in-law will walk in with. Right?
All right. Hey,
she'll come in.
I've been
It's Christmas dinner. Everyone's sitting around, and it's actually an intervention. And they're essentially putting the mother-in-law on trial. They're saying, look, for 12 months now, we've all been shitting and pissing. And that's because Lauren has made it pretty evident through a series of... I don't like that she sort of used this as shitty and pissy pawns to figure this out. But she has uncovered the fact that you are trying to poison her, and you've in effect poisoned all of us. The mother-in-law is just going to turn around and say, it's very interesting. Who gave you that food, Mark? Oh, well, Laura did.
Oh, shit.
And Bethany, who gave you the food? Laura did. Huh. And my son, Bradley Channing Tatum Jr., who gave you the food?
All right,
I
modification.
think Laura did. Well,
Modification,
guys,
you daisy chain it.
There's one common denominator here. I think all shitty and pissy paths point to Laura being the poisoner.
I guess you know what? You've anticipated a maneuver, and I guess then what you would have to do is when you make someone else piss and shit, you have to convince them to tell the next person and do the same thing. And so sort of a Spartacus scenario where when that confrontation, that intervention happens, she says, well, whose fault is it? And everybody has to stand up because everyone in the family made each other piss and shit to prove that she was wrong and that she was doing it.
But aren't you essentially... It's you who is now poisoning the family.
Fuck. James, did we live long enough to see ourselves become the villain?
We did. And not only that, but when the mum turns all of them against Laura, and they're all looking around at each other, and there's sort of like the rabbly sounds. They're like, oh, everyone having a conversation. Laura looks over to the mother-in-law, and the mother-in-law is just looking at her, smiling, mouthing, fuck you. I win again.
Is this what she wants? Because then she's going to get uninvited to the monthly hangs. She gets her life back.
Well, then problem solved. If everyone thinks that you're the poisoner, you'll be uninvited, and now you don't need to be around the awful mother-in-law who makes no bones about how much she fucking hates you.
Is that another angle? Could you just start poisoning everyone? Fast track it. Cut out the middleman.
And then what? And then she goes into the bathroom to have a conversation with her husband, and it turns out Shutter Island style that it was just her, the victim. She was the one doing it all along. The mother-in-law didn't even exist. She was the poisoner the whole time.
Fuck. I've watched that show. I mean, you forgot one thing, James. We give the advice, but not accountable for the outcome.
It's my favorite
How
part.
It plays out is all about your execution. And if it goes wrong, sorry, what time is it? Oh, it's your fault o'clock. Again.
Yeah, you implemented it wrong.
Because if we did it, James, it'd be flawless. Perfect.
I feel like solved. And
I'll be honest, from multiple angles, multiple times, pretty easily. And that might sound arrogant, but if 67 episodes in, 68 episodes in, I know what number it is, you get that kind of confidence. You got to put in 10,000 hours, James, and I feel like we've done that.
David, I recently got engaged to my wonderful fiance. Immediately after announcing doing a little
Let's do a little golf clap.
Yep, a little applause. No, yeah, congrats.
We love love. We love to see love.
Love's good. Yep. Love conquers all.
We don't
Um,
strictly endorse marriage as a convention, but we love love. Go on.
and laughing, live, laugh, laugh, but
Live, laugh, laugh,
love
laugh.
extra hard.
Love laughing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Immediately after announcing the engagement to our families, my future sister-in-law sat me down for a serious chat.
Mm-hmm.
She says she's currently saving up for breast implants and doesn't want us to marry until she gets them done. Okay. Reasonable request to make. Guys, I'm so excited about your wedding. 2 people coming together, 2 families joined, celebrating, their loved ones. Such a beautiful day. 2 big problems though. 2 small problems, really. These titties ain't big enough yet. Not big enough yet. They will be soon. And I think from titty day onwards, any date after that, I think it would be pretty good for the wedding to commence.
Whoa, that's a real type of conversation, isn't it? You sit down with your closest family,
Mm.
your sister-in-law, the 2 of you, the people who you are going to become, I guess, legally family with. And you go, hey, we're engaged. We're going to spend the rest of our lives together, asterisk, until we get divorced potentially. And your
Yep.
sister-in-law's first response is, wow, what's the date? And you go, oh, we're thinking 6 months from now. And she goes, that's not going to work for me.
Yeah.
Like, the vibes are immediately foul, is what I would say. Making it very much about you.
Yeah.
Already foul. Go on.
The vibes are rancid, but
I mean, hey, we're obliged to help the question asker, aren't we?
Yeah, but I'm sorry, but like, how good do you want these pictures to look? You know what I mean? Do you want me there
because she's gonna have them pre-biddies,
double canned up, or do you want me fucking hanging out flatty in the front row? You know what I mean?
Now that you say it like that, maybe they should wait.
Exactly. It's only I'm doing this for you guys. Pictures. Exactly.
That's the Instagram likes rolling in right there. That's in fact they're helping you. She's doing you a favor.
She told me that she wants to have she wants me to have one family wedding album where she looks perfect and will be heartbroken if I got married against her wishes. The trouble is, my fiance says we should hold off on the wedding for this reason. What? The fiance's like in on this too? They're like, yeah, you know what? I actually think that we should wait till T-Day.
It just, if we get married and Sarah's titties ain't perfect, I'm going to regret it for the rest of my life.
And so will you. So will all of us looking back at these pictures.
So will God. This feels like a red flag to me. No?
I mean, it depends how you spin it. You can spin everything these days, And if you're selling it as a benefit to them, then maybe they've got a good reason.
Sorry, did you ring? Because the spin doctor's in.
Oh, okay. Very good. Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, just so I'm clear, because again, a little bit zooted. So what you need me to spin? Am I spinning it to? So I'm the husband. I'm spinning it to the fiance that we should wait for B-Day.
Yes. Because it's his sister, and he knows that his sister will cause so much trouble. And doesn't want to deal with the family drama. So there could be some serious fallout from this, across the family.
Babe, listen, I get it. We picked out a date. We have a dream venue. I guess what you're not seeing from my perspective, okay? And this is just from me. I've been to a bunch of therapy lately, so I'm using all I statements. I feel like if we don't give it time enough for Sarah to get them new biddies, get the surgery. I'm not sure what I just feel like if we get married at our dream venue in our ideal season with our friends and family who are definitely available and have RSVP'd, we run the risk of severely for the rest of our lives miffing Sarah a bit. And let me tell you, when Sarah's a bit miffed, that stays forever. And you don't want that bit miffed in your life. there's going to be all kinds of consequences, right? We're going to be going to family gatherings. She's going to be giving you the kind of look. You're going to pick up a drink and drink that drink. And then on the car home, you're going to be shitting and pissing. You don't even know about it. Like, you don't understand what she's capable of. And frankly, for me personally,
yeah,
I'm scared of what she's going to do.
To you.
And our lives together, to us, our lives together cannot start off in fear. We have to overcome Sarah. We have to meet her on her terms and say, yes, okay. And that's us being strong for each other. That's us. They say that the best relationships and marriages are built on compromise, babe. And what's more compromising than waiting for your sister to get a tit job? Babe.
I do like the angle of making it a benefit to them when it comes to family gatherings for seemingly the rest of the time that they're alive.
Existence.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
He knows his sister will cause so much trouble and doesn't want to deal with the family drama. He thinks since we live together, there's no hurry for marriage anyway. I know how much he detests conflict, and it's true, we're pretty much living as a married couple, but I feel like it's so wrong to postpone the wedding. He says the other option is to pay for his sister's breast implants ourselves. Am I crazy for marrying into this family? And that's from Boob Delay.
I think there is an obvious solution you're not seeing.
What's that?
When you get married, you create a wedding registry where people can buy you gifts. There's one item on the registry. It's the tit job.
But it has to be pre. It's got to be pre the wedding.
We know.
Yeah.
Hey, if you want to turn up and get the free booze and get the free bevs and come and hang out, you got to contribute to the tit job. That's simple.
I'd like to.
There will be a due date
for sure. Can we maybe give it a name that's less
a different name?
Yeah, because you screaming the words tit job every 2.5 seconds
upsetting
is not only upsetting for me, but I can imagine how upsetting it would be
listener.
For anyone who's like an AirPod accidentally popped out at the gym and then it starts playing over the speaker and you've got David screaming tit job, tit job, tit job. So
sometimes I reflect on the fact that I was 2 units away from having a master's degree, and I wish I'd finished it so that was a sentence I could say out loud. Like, anyway, so yes, let's code word it, James. Let's say let's count down. We'll go 3, 2, 1, and both of us will say a word, and then that word will become the code word. Are you ready? Old school styles. You remember how to do this?
All right, got the sneezes out.
3, 2, 1.
Augmentation.
Oh,
what did you say?
I said fam because I was thinking about the fact that they're related to me.
A fam? Sorry, what did you think I was going to come in with?
Don't know. Fam augmentation isn't bad though, because that is what's happening. I panicked. All right.
It felt a little bit like you panicked, to be honest.
You can roll back the tape and see it in my eyes.
Loki Human says, I want to look perfect on your wedding photo. Yeah, sure. I know a Photoshop guy.
Good point.
That is cheaper.
You can Photoshop them augmentations.
Yeah, we say, look, Tara, let's come to an agreement here. First of all, I did like the idea of pre the wedding there being a fund that needs to reach a certain level. But even for the wedding to go ahead, you know what I mean?
Oh,
and
so
that way
we
get to kickstart our own wedding.
Damn. More people should do that. Do you think that there's some merit here? Sorry, you go. Because my thing was...
I was thinking like, those like telethons, and they're like, they live stream it on their Facebook to all of their friends and family, and they're like, come on, guys, get your hearts in the right place. You want to see me and Bethany get married on the 17th. We're only $10,000 away, and it points over to a thing, and it's like a chart that's growing up, and then it has a pair of titties at the top.
Well, no, as it grows, the titties grow.
Oh, that's good. Yeah,
because
there's a lot of budget being sunk into this. This is probably going to be.
I'll be honest. There's going to be a lot of. We're going to have to pay a designer to design the thermometer with the titties. That's going to be a lot of the expense of the whole affair.
Dig deep, because we actually haven't even fucking broken even from this event that we've put on. It's actually, we only have about 30 minutes left. It's pretty fucking concerning. So we haven't even got a single dollar up on the titty board because, again, we are still paying for the stream.
we're in the black, man. It's not good. I love the idea of funding it beforehand. I love the idea, however, of maybe the conciliation you make is, hey, the fam augmentation ain't going to be ready. You see, I had to actively do that. The fam augmentation isn't going to be ready.
Yeah.
But once you get it after the wedding, we will pay a professional Photoshop artist, James, to Photoshop the family augmentation onto the wedding photos so that you look the way that you look after the wedding so that we can have it on time.
Oh, okay, yeah.
James, you will have to work pro bono for the question asker.
Fuck.
Because I'm broke as shit right now.
Yeah.
Have you seen fucking the economy? My mortgage is fucked. You're gonna have to do it yourself for free. I know you're busy. You're a busy guy. You got a lot of work on right now. But it would mean a lot to me and the advisory. And to Boob Delay. Great handle. If you did the
can
augmentation work, for free, pro bono. Hey James, it's for exposure.
Oh fuck yeah! So that's my business now, is it?
Sorry,
I see, because I already know how specific I'm going to have to get on the marketing for this, and I'm not going to be able to blue ocean strategy myself into the fucking photo editors of weddings, because that's not what I do. I very specifically take a pre-augmentation photo and I turn it post.
Let me rephrase the joke so you get it. I'm gonna do a standard. James, I want you to Photoshop some boobs for the exposure.
Is that like do you need like a bit on the back of that, or?
Yeah, it didn't hit the first time. Yeah, I'm not gonna hear it on Discord, but yeah. I love that. I mean, it wasn't a good joke. It wasn't funny at all. But that was what that was the joke of the exposure. That's why I said because it's a double entendre.
Because you meant like
exposure and exposure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's biddies. Yeah. Am I happy with
foul, by the way? Just foul.
Yeah. Foul. Am I thrilled with how the last 20 minutes have turned out? Not
Put
really.
your manners back in. You know, that's just foul.
What?
It's just foul. Put your manners back in. Yeah.
Let's be famous for my manners.
Hey.
Do you think there is an avenue here that we're overlooking, right? Because weddings are famously a situation. I guess what I'm thinking is we were talking before about kind of pitting family against family.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a scenario here where you could kind of separate and create a picket line and sort of have each family bid against each other cash-wise in some kind of tete-a-tete, you know?
Some Christie's auction?
Yeah, dog.
I've got Lara's tits at 4,000 over here on the left. Anyone else? 4,500. Lara's tits. 4,500. Thank you so much. What, are they going to go toe to toe with each other over?
No, well, they have to match it because if not, the breasts are not going to be even. One half of the family pays for one breast each.
I'm sorry. You've divvied them up. Why have you done this? Why would you do this?
Here's my thinking. If they're as toxic as most families, they'll be competitive. Any overflow cash goes toward you.
What is this, the Montagues and the Capulets? What the fuck? What?
Yeah, dog, it's Romeo and Juliet, bitch. Like,
how much beef is between these two families?
Bro, you don't even know the half of it. I'm just saying, it's a good money-making opportunity, and we can cut anything off the top that we need. Maybe we take 30%. I don't know. Whatever the percentage is so that they balance out evenly, we cut that from both sides, and that's cash in our pocket, James.
Well, I like the idea of getting both sides to go out and raise money, and they get one each, and then it's up to Tara to sort of, you know, be the go-between to sort of make sure that we're sort of keeping it fairly even. And then while she's busy doing that, we sort of just do the fucking all the wedding stuff.
We'll just plan a wedding. Now, I did work in the wedding industry for like 2 years, but I think
what are we doing? Like balloons? MC.
No one would let me near children to do balloons for a wedding. No, I worked at a software company that made wedding inquiry software, James. So if you want to book a venue, we kind of automated the fact that like, oh, well, that Saturday is busy, but that Thursday is free. And then it was a bad business ultimately. But if you want to book a venue for a wedding, that's what we did.
You sold software for people to book a wedding?
No, not book. Inquire about booking. That's how bad. Like this is how fucked the business model was.
That's
It wasn't
so
even
specific.
booking.
Yeah.
It was asking if the date was available to book, and this isn't a complicated piece of software, James. They basically, in their Outlook calendar, they said that's a booked weekend, and if you went to the website and said, "Are you free?" it said no. That was the whole software.
Damn. And people bought that?
No, of course not.
Okay.
No, because that's insane.
Yeah.
That's an insane product to sell as a software. Like, nobody bought it.
Imagine just every week people are like, what if there was like a contact form on, and he's like, you guys, it's just so fucking annoying. You guys don't get the vision. Okay?
Not seeing
Contact forms, they're dead. Okay? I want a completely automated potential finder of information, inquiry-based system specifically for weddings and wedding venues. I also like the idea of there being no follow-up. Someone's just on the website like, oh, let's see, is Mulaney Cabin open on the 28th? Click, dun dun. No, it isn't. Well, it doesn't tell me the days that it is available, so I'll just click 29. Dun dun. Not available. Oh, this is good. Let's see if it's up on the 30th.
I know that you're joking, but the worst part is that process was not automated, so it was a bunch of data administrators going and finding the next available date and emailing it.
So the person sitting on the website going, is that date available? And then someone gets a ding notification in their inbox. They're like, oh, fuck. Laura's trying to find out right now if Mulaney Cabin's open on the 28th. Oh, shit. Oh, the page isn't loading. It's not. I'll email her back. No. Send.
The day I knew I had to quit was when I was on a phone call with our best client, again, our best, most used client. And I was like, why do you use that product? And he said, oh, I kind of feel like your boss bullied me into it. The words out of his mouth were, I'm not going to name the guy, but the words out of his mouth were,
I love how vague it is.
He goes, you know what blank is like? And I said, yeah, I do. That's how much a guy that guy was. Like the boss, like,
wow.
Yeah, I do. That was when I was like, hey, I have to leave.
It might be my time.
It might be my time.
Thank you so much for coming.
Phrasing.
Do you have an outro?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Sorry, I can do one.
For sure. Hold on, let me hype up your intro.
Outro.
Sorry, my bad.
Sorry, it's too late to give notes.
Hey guys, that's the podcast done. That's right, everyone. Stick around for the outro. Throw it over to David. There you go.
Thank you so much for watching or listening to The Advisory. We are at The Advisory Podcast everywhere on the internet you care about. And if we're not there, you don't care about it and you're wrong. Check us out on TikTok, YouTube. Find us 6 p.m. live on twitch.tv/The Advisory Podcast, 6 p.m. AST every single week. Check it out. Don't miss a beat. Join the conversation like Low Key Human and Colin. We appreciate the heck out of you giving us a rating or a review wherever you consume our podcast or our content. You get it. Platforms. You understand. We love doing this show. We'll be doing it forever till we die. Get sucked into Hades. You love it. We love it. The Advisory Podcast. Thank you so much for watching and listening. We'll catch you next week.
No, I think that was pretty good. Yeah.
Felt good.